Okay, so this is live. It's my first time going live, but this is my first time creating a Hulk Venom cake, and I thought, you know what? Maybe we should learn how to do this together, and hopefully it'll turn out well. Because if it doesn't, then you guys are just gonna be creating or watching the creation of a huge mess. So as you can see, I've got my Venom cake. I'm using my egg cake molds. I cut it down, made it slim so that I could create his face. This is going to be the top of his face. Hello! And I'm going to start adding fondant. I just wanted to show you what it looked like underneath. Hi! Okay, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I'm like so nervous. Now, I made a groove for his mouth. I'm going to try to make this look a little bit like, I don't know, I don't have a reference picture, so whatever this looks like, it's my creation. But that's so much pressure. I don't know if this is going to turn out well, but let's do it. So I've got my fondant here on the side, and my cake is ready for fondant, so that's what I'm going to be doing first. So we got fondant, cover the entire cake with this. It's almost like an army green fondant. I thought it would be, the pictures that I saw of Venom were actually black. Well, Hulk Venom. Venom's always black, but the people who drew pictures of Hulk Venom always gave him black skin as well, and I didn't really want to do that because I made a Venom cake already, and I already did the black fondant thing. So I'm going to make him with green fondant so he has green skin, and then try to change it up a little bit there. Okay, so we're just going to work our fondant all the way down. Oh my gosh. I did a live on TikTok yesterday just to try and start doing them. Oh my gosh, I was so so nervous. But luckily, because I haven't done lives before, I was ranked lower in the search, which is great because I didn't know what I was doing. And so there wasn't that much pressure because nobody was really watching. Actually, I think maybe 500 people, which is still a lot of people because I can't fit 500 people in my studio, which is pretty big, but not that big. So it was kind of relaxing because I didn't feel the pressure as much. Here, I don't actually know how many people are going to be watching me make this cake, but hopefully a lot of you. So I've got my basic Venom Hulk shape, and I'm just going to start scoring the bottom, and I'm pushing the fondant underneath the bottom of the face so that I have a nice clean line at the bottom here. Oh my gosh, I think this fondant green is a lot darker than I thought it would be. I mean, when I was mixing it, it was lighter, but I guess because it's just like touching the air, it gets a bit darker, which I guess is fine because the regular Venom is black. Now, I wanted to show you guys another cake. Actually, I'm just going to do that now. I made this cake, which is from, what is it called? Oh, I can't remember the name. Squid Games / Venom. I actually contacted the artist on Instagram and I was like, I love this. I loved creating it. I'm going to be doing more Venom cakes. And so he's the big inspiration for this cake. I don't know. I just thought it's his creations, and they're paintings on Instagram, but I found so much inspiration from those paintings that I decided that I'm going to be doing a series of Venom cakes as well. And I think I'm going to be doing Carnage next because I have a red cake in the fridge, but it could change because if I want to do another mashup, then I can just take that red cake, turn it into something else. Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot? I'm shooting the YouTube video. Well, I'm shooting this video and I forgot to turn on the camera for Oh my god, I forgot to turn on the camera for the YouTube video. So, oh my gosh. So that happens all the time. I forgot to turn on the camera when I'm shooting the YouTube video. So what I have to do is I've got to pull this part and pretend that I just put the fondant on. Look at that, see? So I put the fondant on and then I worked on the grooves. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to fake this whole section in the video. And look at me just scoring the fondant. I messed up. Oh well. That's what happens when you're multitasking. Okay. Don't tell anyone, okay? You can't tell anybody. It's gotta look real. Okay, so we got this. It's gonna, this live is probably gonna be really, it's just so difficult because I'm doing the YouTube video, but then I also have to use my phone to, oh, I gotta shoot me taking that off too. Okay, so turn on the camera again, and then voila. Now, while I'm shooting the YouTube video and going live, I'm also shooting a TikTok video because I want to use this for different mediums. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna shoot my TikTok video as well. Oh my gosh, so much is going on. Now, we've got the basic shape. I'm gonna start to create the inside of Venom's mouth and the side of his jaw. Is Hulk Venom? Venom Hulk? Oh my gosh, you can see that it's kind of screwed up here, but that's okay. You know what I need? I need my glasses. Hold on. Let me get my glasses. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Okay. So, I think I want the bottom of his jaw to be more square. So I'm gonna add a little pressure there. Now it's really easy to manipulate this part because I know that the bottom of his jaw actually ran out of cake. So the bottom of his jaw is made up of all cake ball dough, which is why it's so easy to maneuver around. It gets harder here because this is actual cake. Now I'm gonna have to decide. I'm gonna score it here just so that I can create a little bit of a shelf for his teeth. I want to make sure I don't forget that, because if I don't create a shelf for his teeth, then they're just gonna like fall into the rest of the cake. Okay, so we got this. Okay, what else do I need to do? Okay, his jawline is like right here, right? Yeah, so we're gonna push down there just a little bit. Score it some more. I'm so apprehensive about doing live shows because there's been several cakes where I was like, oh, this would be good in a live show. And halfway through the cake, I realized I didn't like it. And so I ended up having to redo the entire cake, which means if we were in a live show, I would have just panicked and just cried while you guys were watching. Oh, usually I cry when nobody's watching, so. Okay, so we've got his jawline set up, which, oh, I think I screwed up there. Oh, but that's okay. But I want his mouth to go all the way up here. There we go. It's almost like, oh, you know what this could be also if I really wanted to? Because his mouth is so big, this could be like a Joker Venom. And I know that they're from like different comic book universes. But who cares? A Joker Venom? Oh my god, that would be brilliant. Okay. You know, I don't know if you can tell, but there's an air bubble here. I can feel it. Because I didn't push the fondant down into his face. And so it created a little pocket. But that's fine because we have to account for the fondant that's going to create the inside of his mouth. Okay, so I made some holes and we're just going to push all of that air into those holes and not pay it any attention. Okay. Now, I really need to know if you guys like live shows like this because, oh man, somebody's calling me. Text Edward Wilding. Can you please text me instead of call me because I'm doing a live show? Thank you. Thank you, Siri, for helping me with that. Okay. So you can't see the air bubble. That's fine. That's great, actually. Fine. Okay. Do I like this? What other detail do I want to make? Because I feel like I need to score his skin because he's the Hulk. But I don't want to score it too much because it's not a zombie cake. It's just supposed to be like, oh yeah, but Venom skin has a lot of detail, doesn't it? So maybe I will. Oh, look, I ripped it right here. That's fine. Okay. So we got that. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm just going to pinch this just a little bit so that I can get his lip to be very, very thin. Okay, and so it won't be rounded at the sides. Just like that. Now, a lot of people always ask, like, how come I don't wear gloves? I don't wear gloves because nobody's going to eat this cake. And if I were in a bakery and I was making cake for somebody, every time I make actual cake for, like, somebody's birthday, or I don't actually do that, except for relatives. Whenever I do that, I make sure I wear gloves. I make sure everything's fresh. And what I mean by that is that sometimes my fondant is like, I bought like fondant that was like, or I used fondant that was like 3 months old, and I mean no one's gonna eat it, so it ends up just going in my compost heap. So it's like it's strictly for decoration, but like whenever I make a cake, I'm like I buy all the ingredients. I make my cake from scratch instead of this box cake nonsense that I show you every week. And I just do everything very carefully. But I am just like a YouTube channel that shows you how to decorate cakes, and I want to make sure that the decoration comes first. So I take shortcuts wherever I can because I know that no one's going to eat the cake. Isn't that so sad? I wish there was like an organization that would take my cake. You know what I wish? How come it doesn't show me the comments? No, show me all the comments. Oh, there we are. Okay, it kept disappearing. Hi, hi. You should play the song from Eminem. Okay, you can't see the air bubble. Sorry, the comments kept going away. But I figured out how to make it stay so that we can communicate with each other. Okay. This is actually looking really nice. I'm going to add a little bit of detail to the bottom of his jaw just so it looks like lip texture. I don't know. You know how lips get all wrinkly? So we're going to do that. Not too many wrinkles because I don't want him to look like he needs chapstick. Actually, ooh, that's looking pretty nice too if I do that. Add some texture there. Let's use a different texture tool. Oh, oh, okay. Oh man. So it's this whole day's been like kind of hard. My aunt just got out of surgery and she's going into a nursing home for a few days. That's what my cousin was trying to call me about. And I was planning on picking her up, but I guess she's gonna have to go to a rehab to recover. Which is kind of, I mean, it's really sad actually, but she'll be fine. She'll get better. Now I have to figure out where I want his eyes to be, so I think I want them to go all the way down here and maybe like that, or how do I want them to be like this? I want it to be smaller, so okay, I think that's good. Oh, okay, so we got one eye, and now I've got to try and create the same eye on this side. Now, if I was doing like a human face, it would be hard because I like all of this scoring stuff would not work. So I would be using mostly like paper templates to try and make sure that the eyes were symmetrical. But here I don't have to do that so much because Venom's skin is very textured. Okay, okay, is that good? Don't second guess yourself because it's not going to turn out well if you do. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. He looks like grandma. Oh, because he's none of his venom teeth are in yet. Okay. Oh, I really actually hold on. I'm gonna mimic this detail here. How does it go? Like this. Okay, so it's like an S shape. What? Okay. And that. Oh, I screwed it up. That's okay. Okay, looking good. Okay, we got the little shelf for his teeth. You know what I need? I need to make mouth fondant. Okay. So if I were to do this live show again, are there any past cakes that you'd like to see me create on a live show? Because I can go in depth about how to create the details. I feel like the doll cakes would be perfect for this because I can do all of the detail that I kind of just glaze over. Did you go to culinary school? No. Okay. So thank you, Trevor, for your question. I did not go. Actually, I did go to culinary school, but I started getting like work for culinary and pastry stuff and cake stuff before they started to teach us all of the cake decorating skills. So I had to go on YouTube and try and figure out how to use fondant, how to use all of the different cake supplies on my own. And then sculpting, I did a little bit of, oh no, actually, I think sculpting just came natural to me because of, actually, I don't know. But I taught myself all of the sculpting stuff through YouTube as well. Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, I think I started my YouTube channel. You're a very good cake designer. Thank you, Alex. I try. I mean, I really just like to create things for the cakes that I like. But I started sculpting around the same time that Yolanda Gamp started her YouTube channel. And I learned so much of my sculpting stuff from her. And I kind of just like started to just do whatever I wanted. I wish she did more like scary stuff like this because I think she's just so talented. But you know what? I'm the only one doing stuff like this right now. Hopefully there'll be more creators like me doing scarier things. Okay, so I've got my fondant. This is red, white, and green so that it fits with the disgusting Venom look. And it's probably going to get darker when I start to paint my cake. But for now, we're going to go with this like ugly, chewed up. It's like chewed up bubble gum, right? Chewed up bubble gum. Now, because my fondant on my cake is like pretty thick, probably a 1/4 of an inch thick, I'm going to roll this out really, really thin. It doesn't need to be thick because we're just using it for the color. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was supposed to be posting a... Oh my god. Hold on. Okay, we have to stop again and I need to pretend because I totally forgot to do the detail work. So we're gonna... This is how, if I have to fake something for YouTube, this is how I do it. I use my hand here and I pretend to do the detail on this side of the cake, so that you can't see how much work has already been done on this side. So I fake it like that, right? And then I do a part 2 where I do this part of the cake so that you can see all the work that's being done here, and I can just pretend that I'm doing this, even though it's already done, you know? And then for the last bit, I'll hold this like this, and then I'll just do this here. There's some secrets, you guys. Some very good secrets. Okay. And I mean, I haven't had to do that in such a long time, but now it's like I kind of have to because I'm multitasking. Okay. Man, I don't know why your comments keep getting... How long did it take you to learn how to sculpt? Oh man, probably the last 3-4 years. I screwed up a lot. Your cakes look so good. I subscribe to you. Plus, you have a good sense of humor as well. Out of all the cakes you sculpted, which took you the longest? Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you look back at my channel, thank you for all your questions, Trevor and Alex. I think the Thanos gauntlet cake took me the longest because I had never created a hand cake before, and I don't know, that whole process of like having to create the knuckles of the gauntlet was just insane. So we've got our fondant here. I think this could be rolled out a little thinner. And I wanted to do the Hulk gauntlet, but I just haven't found the time. But I'm going to try to dedicate this whole year to Marvel content. Because I don't know, I love Shang-Chi. I didn't do anything from Shang-Chi. I'm going to watch the Eternals, I don't know, sometime this week. I'm just like so enamored with Marvel. Venom especially. I thought Venom 2 is pretty cool. And I'm excited that he's in the MCU now, so that's why I decided that I'm going to do a series of Venom cakes. Okay, so I added some magic sauce. And if you don't know what magic sauce is, it can either be, oh, it's this like clear liquid. It can either be vanilla extract, which has alcohol in it, or I'm using vodka. But whenever I say vodka in a video, I get a whole bunch of angry mail. So I just say magic sauce because it is magic sauce, because it disappears and evaporates quickly, and that's magical to me. So I got that. I'm going to add this here, and we're just going to cut away the excess fondant when we're done. Oh, okay. So you can tell I didn't clean my cake station well after I carved my cake, because there's like little bits of like cake crumbs here since I was moving so fast. I wanted to start this live show as fast as possible. Oh, okay, I get it. I've been following JK for years, and he has the best carving and scary stuff. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. I know, I always hear comments. I always read your comments. One of the things that I really hated was that it was like so hard. I don't know, being one person, replying to comments, creating like TikToks, creating all of this content for all the different platforms. I'm so scatterbrained that I never know how to do all of that, and so I end up doing nothing. And replying to comments, it always like fell, and so I never did it, and then I feel bad because I love reading it. And comments, man, when you're depressed, comments are like the best way to get out of your funk, because it's just, there's like terrible comments which end up being really funny, but then all the positive comments, man, it just pushes me. It just gives me energy to keep going. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Okay, now I got to pretend to cut this because I forgot to turn on the camera again. And then I'm just going to pull. Oh, if you can't tell already, this YouTube video is going to be a mess. So I want, okay, is that good? That's looking good. Another air pocket, look, see, that's fine. I'm not worried so much. Now, the reason I'm really good and I love doing like scary cakes is because when you're learning or you're teaching yourself how to do a scary cake, all of your mistakes, they're not really seen. See, look, I'm puncturing my fondant. Who's gonna see that? Nobody. See, I was learning and teaching myself how to do the eyes, and all of the texture and all the mistakes I made just will add to the texture of the character. And I know that doesn't work well when you're doing like beautiful cakes, like some of the beauty cakes I did. But this is a good stepping stone because it helps you understand, you know, how to use different tools. Zombie cakes especially. Okay, am I happy with that? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to push down here just make sure it's all one piece. I'm curious, where are you guys watching from? Andrea, Trevor, Alex? I'm in Los Angeles right now, and I was actually going to show you guys how to do all of my icing work too underneath the cake, but it's so cold. My icing was so hard. And I was like, no, this isn't going to be a good example of how to ice and crumb coat your cake. So I'll just start it when I start to decorate. Looking good. You're from Hungary? Wow. That's why the internet's such an amazing place. I can't believe you're watching. I always automatically assume everyone's from the US who's watching me. So the idea that you're on the other side of the world it's just it's outstanding. I can't believe that you've watched me for so years and felt connected to me. And we live so far apart. Mississippi and Texas. Oh, I really want to go to Texas. Actually one of my friends who I work with who helps me post my Instagram videos, he's from Texas. And so I don't know. It just looks like such a fun place to go. I actually haven't traveled most of the other states except for Arizona, New York, and Chicago, and that's it. Yes, if I come to Texas, we can hang out. That would be really fun because I remember when I went to, oh, I totally skipped this step. I made all the teeth before because I was like, this is going to take me forever. So I made these teeth. What was I saying? Oh, when I went to Canada, my aunt showed me, actually, it was like me and my cousins, and she showed us all of the very touristy things. And I hated that. I hated all of that because I really want like someone local to show me all of their favorite places to go. I don't want to see like all of the touristy things that everybody sees. I want you to show me your version of where you live. I think that's so much better. And we mostly just ate at Nando's or like Canadian fast food chains. But I want to go when I see a city. I want to see all of like the hole in the wall places. Are those too big? Or no? Is it too big? Okay, this is just temporary. So I'm just trying to see how I want to place these teeth. I feel like I do want a big tooth there next to a smaller tooth. Actually, maybe like that. Okay. Is that good? Who knows? Who knows? Okay. And another thing is like, do I want them to be straight or do I want them to like fan out? I don't. Okay. How is that looking? I don't know. But this is just temporary until we figure out how I want this Venom to look. Okay. Now, I put CMC, which is like this white powder. I don't know what it is. But it makes the fondant hard, so it's more like sugar. What is that called? That sugar paste stuff? Okay, so we got that. And then we've got this like that. I guess. Okay. Okay, so you know what I really want? I think that there should be more tiny teeth. So I'm going to cut some of these teeth in half so that there's just like more variations of sizes when it comes to Venom's teeth. Like that. Yes! Look at that. Tiny teeth in between these teeth. Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Because that way it adds more depth to the texture of teeth and I don't know, the creepiness, I guess. Who knows? Okay. So, okay, I'm happy with this. I'm going to try and keep the placement here. Okay. And man, I know I didn't create enough of a shelf. I always forget that. So how do I do this? I'm just gonna push on the fondant to create more of a shelf. Oh, I ripped it. Whatever. You see that? Okay. Oh, it's too dark. How do I add more light? I really enjoy watching you build your cakes, especially when you show the success and the mistakes. Oh, yes. That makes me so happy. Because it, yeah. I hate not being able to show my mistakes because this is the first time I'm doing it. I know I'm like there's supposed to be YouTube tutorials, but it's like how I always feel like how am I supposed to be showing you how to make something when I don't know what I'm doing? So that's good. I'm glad you like that. I gum paste. Trevor, are you a cake decorator? You got it. Okay. Oh, I started the teeth, right? Okay. I'm just making sure that I'm recording on YouTube because I'm going to forget. And hopefully, maybe you guys can remind me in the comments to turn on the YouTube camera every time I do a new step. Okay. Well, if I'm going to be creating more cakes on live and they're new cakes, I'm just going to preface the video with we're going to see if this is possible. Because if it doesn't turn out, then it doesn't turn out. But if it does, you can see what I did right, what I did wrong, you know, what to do, what not to do. That's great. Good, good, good. So I've got some magic sauce. I got some magic sauce there. I'm putting in my first tooth. And then I think we need a tiny, no, okay. So where does this tiny tooth go in? Like right there. Tiny tooth. Not so tiny tooth. And then, should they be buck teeth or like, should they go down like that? Okay, well, I don't know. Okay. Is that looking good? Now, I do have the rest of my fondant, or the red fondant, so that I can create gums for Venom. Now that I look at it, I think I need to do the bottom teeth first here. Because, well, I'm going to add a little bit more room for my bottom teeth. And I have to do the bottom teeth first because I want the teeth on the top to be on top of the bottom teeth, obviously. Okay, so we did that. I'm gonna add a little bit more magic sauce here, just to hold everything together. And this is too big. I'm gonna have to cut these down just a little bit. There. You've never decorated a cake? What do you mean? Why do you know the terminology? You've never decorated a cake. That's funny. I would not know what gum paste was. That's so crazy to me. It's from your perspective. I enjoy watching you. Oh, okay, I read that already. Thank you. Thank you. I don't. Why do you just watch all of the different people on YouTube make cakes, and then are just like, that's good. I don't want to do that, but you know what? That's great for you. That's so funny that you've never decorated a cake before. Okay. So, oh, you know, this one, there needs to be a tiny tooth in between. There we go. Maybe they should be out like this or just straight up. Yeah, they should be. It should be up like that. Huh. Oh, okay. Now we know what to do. That's good. It's looking good. So, I forgot to make tiny teeth for the bottom. Ooh. There we go. Now to create these, I rolled them, but for the tiny teeth, I'm just cutting them with a pair of scissors. Let me know if there's anything you want me to explain more of, because I'm kind of at my max with multitasking. I'm just trying to make sure that I turn everything. Oh, you know what? Okay, that's fine. After I finish the teeth, I have to do another TikTok video to make sure that this is fine. Okay. Okay, so we got that. This looking good. Good, good. Make sure that stays. Okay, that's looking great. Is he gonna have a tongue? Okay, if we can fit a tongue, then I'll give him a tongue. But if not, then we won't. Now, did you guys watch the Venom movie? Did you guys like it? I thought it was really good, but my friend fell asleep. So I don't know if it was that great, but I don't know if it was a good movie or if it was just the fact that I love Marvel movies. Okay. There we go. Looking good. Okay. So I think these teeth would be straight up because the jaw would be like this, right? So these would still be up and not curved in. Yeah, that's right. Is that right? I think so. Okay, so we're going to have his jaw out this way. Okay. Boom. Yeah, tilt it up. Thank you. Okay. Should they? Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that they're not facing the same direction. That's good. Okay, so one more tooth here. Actually, I could probably fit like a tiny tooth in between there. Actually, these teeth aren't gonna stick because I'm not putting any emphasis on it. Okay, just make sure. Now this still needs gums. Like I still need to give him gums. So the fondant that I use for the gums will actually help the rest of these teeth stick to the cake. I want them to go different directions. Oh my gosh, on camera it looks really good. Okay, so we got that. Going to make tiny tooth and then a regular tooth. How is that looking? My family kept the Venom movie a secret because they knew I was gonna like it. Wait, what do you mean they kept it a secret? Like they didn't show you the commercials or anything? I was like up on, I'm always up on movie news, so I knew what they were doing as soon as the first one came out. Okay, looking good. I'm gonna, there we go. And this. How's that? Is that good? That's looking pretty good. I'm going to add a second row of teeth. I think I want to add a second row of teeth. How do I do that though? That I can't. It's just gonna be too much work if I add. Well, okay. So I do want to add a second row of teeth, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm just going to make it seem like his teeth are, what is it, like clumped together? Like there's just too many in one spot. That way it'll kind of look like it. When I did so I don't know if you guys were here when I showed you guys, but I was working on another Venom cake before this, and it was a Venom Squid Games cake. Ta-da! And I was actually talking to the artist because it was inspired by a painting, and he was telling me that most of the people who recreated the cake, they didn't see the detail of the second row of teeth that he added. And so it made him really happy when he saw my recreation of it. And then he saw the second row of teeth. He was like, that's so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Last teeth going in. And I think that's good. Is that good? Okay. Very good. I think I'm done with this part. What's next? Okay. I think I'm going to be creating his gums. And so for his gums, I'm actually going to add white fondant to the red and green fondant that I used for the inside of his mouth. Man, I think painting this is going to make this like really, really nice. I should his teeth. Oh man, you know what would be really cool if I had like this. I'm going to have to dirty his teeth up. But then if I had like this green slime that was just like hanging off all of his teeth, I think that would be really, really cool. Okay. So his gums. Am I making a tongue? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe this needs to be lighter so that you can see his tongue. The problem I had with the Squid Games cake is that the hoodie that the guy in Squid Games wears is pink. And his tongue was pink, so you can't really see my Venom tongue. Which is really sad, but you can see it here if I make this light enough. I don't know why, like I've got so many studio lights on right now and you can hardly tell. I don't know, on my camera it just looks like it's very like dimly lit. Okay, I forgot I have to pretend that I'm putting in the last of the teeth. There we go. Is that good? It's good. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, there we go. Oh, I have to shoot my TikTok video. Okay. The TikTok video will probably up later today, so if you follow me on TikTok, you can see that and the finished product. Okay, so we've got this. Okay. So I've got my gum fondant. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wet the top of each of my teeth, and then I'm going to use my fondant tools to create the gum detail. It actually adds a lot of, depth to this piece when you add the gums, because you could probably get away with not doing them, especially if you make this look more cartoonish. But I want it to be more realistic, which is why I want to do the gums. Okay, did I do all of that? Good. So when I do gums, I just add some fondant to the top like this. I pull and then I just stretch. It doesn't have to be perfect because this isn't a pretty character. If you're doing a pretty character, you can't do this because it won't look pretty. It'll just look like you got like gum disease or something. So we got that. I need to add, I want the gums to go all the way up here. So I'm going to add some fondant here. There we go. And then I'm just going to take some fondant tools and just, actually, you know what? I want it to be a little slimy, so I'm gonna add some magic sauce to the top of the gums to help the fondant blend into the other fondant. It thins it out a little bit. It's almost like creating a fondant paste, but not really. Oh, I love that. You know what? One of the things, Dino Maniac said that this kid with Play-Doh be making art. One of the comments that I got on TikTok was that somebody asked if I had ever thought about like making sculptures so that I could create things that I could keep and potentially sell. And that's one of the like I feel like that comment hurt a little bit, and not that he was being mean. It's just that sometimes I feel like I got into the wrong medium, because I would definitely love to be like a sculptor that could create pieces that I could keep and hang in my living room, but I'm making cakes, and so eventually I have to eat them or toss them or hand them out, and that makes me really sad that they can't live forever. Okay. Does that look good? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now I want to make sure that it looks like the teeth are coming out of the gums and not just like pink fondant just sitting on top of teeth. You hear my kitty cat? Shh, quiet, we're doing a live show. Thank you. Okay, so I'm almost done with the front. Another reason why making horror cakes is easy is because look at that. I'm not even really trying to make this look nice. It just, when you're making a horror cake, nothing about the character has to like be really nice. And I know that's sort of like a cop out, but when you're trying to make 4 cakes in one day, I mean, you know what? Take as many take as many shortcuts as you can. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Oh. Ah. Now. Good. That's looking good. Okay, looking very good. Okay. Now we've got to do the top or the bottom teeth. So again, we're not going to do this. I think the fondant that I used, or I think the magic sauce I used dried up. Yeah, cakes are sculptures that you eat, but I wish that I could keep them. I wish I could put like an epoxy on my cake so that I could just keep them forever. Imagine like a wall of like all of my Venom cakes or all of my like zombie cakes for Halloween. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just like showcase them on my lawn. Oh, that would be so cool. Edible art. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so we got that. Add a little bit of magic sauce. All right, so if you're just joining us, where are you watching from? Because we have someone from Hungary, we have someone from Texas. We've got a lot of people here. Where was the other one from? Texas and Mississippi. But I want to see where everyone is from. Now, if I were to do this, one things I try to avoid when I'm adding teeth, because I could put toothpicks for each tooth, but I kind of try to avoid adding that many toothpicks to a cake. Like if you're adding like 2 horns to a cake, then yeah, that's fine. But if you're adding like 20 toothpicks just to hold together teeth, I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity for somebody to try to, or just try to eat a tooth by accident and then prick themselves in the mouth. I've done it before myself. Almost done, man. Almost done. After this, I'm actually going to be adding the eyes, and I think I'm going to I was going to show you guys how to do the painting of this cake, but I think I'm going to hold off on that because I want to let all of my magic sauce detail just sit for a few hours in the fridge so that it evaporates completely and I don't have to worry about it when I'm painting. Okay, looking good. Looking good. That looks pretty good. Next we have to do his eyes. And so I've got this like lime green fondant that I want to create his eyes with. It looks really pretty. I think it might be too bright, but that'd be really cool. How do I want to do this? Blah. Roll it out a little thinner. Okay, and I think I have like a eye cookie cutter, so maybe this and this. Oh, I forgot to shoot that. Okay, hold on. I gotta pretend to do the gums for my YouTube video. Forgot to do it again. Man, I wish I had like an assistant who was like, turn on the camera, because you forgot. Okay. Now when I'm recording clips for my YouTube channel or for YouTube videos, I turn on the camera only for like 2 seconds. And then, so 2 seconds of me like pushing gums here, and then I'm done. 2 seconds of me pushing gums here, and then I'm done. I used to just keep that camera on like and just show me doing the entire cake process, but editing was terrible because I kept having to like look through the entire footage, which is like, I don't know, sometimes it's like 3-4 hours worth of footage just for 2 seconds of edible like or usable footage. I don't know, it just took forever. That's kind of what we're going for, so that's the basic shape. Now we are going to, now should they be symmetrical? I mean, should they be the same shape or should they be different? Don't know. I don't think I want them to be the same shape. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the eye shape here. I mean, they don't have to be perfect because I'm gonna add so much more texture to Venom's skin. But I think I want it to be like that. Oh, is that good? Okay, well, let's try it on this side. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. It can just be a shape. Okay, and we're just going to bend it. And then back and forth, maybe, like that. Does that look good? Does that look like Venom Hulk? I don't make cakes, I bake cakes. I bake cakes too. That's why I stopped making cake videos. Editing process is killing me. Oh, man. Andrea, if you need help with how understanding how to cut your like editing time in half, just DM me and I'll try to give you some tips because I'm changing my whole editing process right now. How did what am I doing? Oh, okay. It's supposed to, I want it bent this way and then this way. Right? Okay. Is that good? I don't know. No, I don't like that. We're gonna cut it just a little bit here. Okay. That's perfect. Okay. So I've got the eye shape I want. And I'm going to score his head just so I can add a little bit of a dip for his eye. So, okay. So this is like my favorite fondant tool right now. We're just going to add a little bit of a dip. Oh, that's looking so good. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this now. Now, sometimes if you do this too late, you can ruin the fondant because let me make sure I don't know where the line is. It'll crack, but because there's so much moisture in the air right now, I don't see that happening. Okay. Okay. Man, I don't even think I did the proper shape. That's okay. Got too excited. Man, this okay, whatever. It'll look how it looks. And that's the best that I can do. Turn on the camera, 2 seconds, putting on the eye. Right? And I got the eye going on, and I'm just going to massage this into place. Man, oh gosh, I don't like the way this is turning out. I think my fondant is too thick. Okay, mess up number 1. Or mess up number 50. I don't know. I messed up so many times on this cake. I'm going to roll out my fondant thinner and then try to create the same shape. This is what's hard about cake decorating. Andrea, I know that I guess you do make cakes. Do you sell your cakes too? Because I've never sold a cake before. Oh, you gave up cake decorating because you have arthritis in your lower back? I don't have arthritis in my lower back, but I do have it in my hand. I have to wear a brace on my finger because at night, if my finger turns into a fist all night, it becomes a trigger finger in the morning. And so I really have to watch out for that. I have back problems too, not arthritis in my back, but back problems can kill you, especially when you're bent over the counter like for so long. Okay, there we go. That's looking good. That's looking better. It's not the best, but oh, you know what I can do? I can add like eyelids. Oh, I should give him eyelids. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him eyelids. Okay, so I'm gonna do this messy like because I know now that I'm just gonna give him eyelids. Okay, so just make sure you're working your fondant into those grooves. if I wasn't on a live show right now, I'd be very particular about these eyes, and I would redo them, but I don't want to take the time right now because I'm shooting like so many videos at the same time. Gosh. Now, what's the next cake you'd like to see me do live? Do you want to see another Venom cake? I was even thinking about doing like a smaller 3D cake so that I can show you guys how to do it. And then you can just replicate it. You can replicate it when you're making it for a client, and you can also scale it up so that it won't be miniature. Oh yeah, that looks good. But the eyelid's gonna make this look better. Okay. So we got my second eye going on. A little bit of magic sauce. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever created eyelids before, but I think I'm gonna treat his eyelids the same way I did his gums. You know, you want this kind of like rough texture because it is Venom. And so it doesn't have to be pristine looking. Oh, it's not that good. So the angle that I'm working with is somewhere up here, but you guys are seeing the cake down here, which is not the best view. Because straight on it actually looks really, really nice. Okay, I didn't realize that it was 11:30. I have to be somewhere at 12. So this is as far as I'm going to go with this cake right now. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and then I'm going to show you guys the final product on TikTok later today. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry. Oh man, I feel like this is ending so abruptly. But I need to add eyelids to this, and I need to paint it. I might add a little bit more texture, but this is, I don't know. There's some very small details that I need to enhance so that you can see them. Like the gums, you don't see them going up out here. They kind of just end right here, right? Yeah. I'm going to need to take a walk, get ready, and then figure out what it is I need to do, because sometimes you just need to get away from your project to see what it is you need to fix. All right. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, this was a 63-minute live. Wow. Okay. That's good. I didn't think I was going to be here for that long. Has anyone known anything Kool-Aid? I want to know. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what cake you'd like to see me make next on the live stream. I will be doing another one next week. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon. Bye. Save. Okay, how do I exit this?